Welcome, friends. Welcome to the friends who have joined us online. We are here to reflect on the life and contribution of Professor Chhokar. He's already given us a lot of facts, Rajiv. There are hundreds of articles. Some well-known people are in the hall who have already covered many facts about him. So what, in the few minutes, we would like to do here is to discuss about Jagdeep as a person. So here goes. So some time back, a few days ago, we were all sitting very glum. So he showed up with this same smile. You go and see his photograph. And he said, "Why are you looking so sad?" I lived life on my terms and I departed on my terms. So we asked him, on what terms did you live your life? He said, "I did what I wanted to, I did what I believed in, and I had a lot of fun doing that." And then the same smile that you will see, please go and see it, sardonic, witty smile, mischievous smile. He said, nation building kar rahe the. That was one of his favorite phrases. He said, nation building kar rahe hain. Very good. So we asked him, "But what fun did you have, Jagdeep? You had so many setbacks. ADR had so many setbacks, so many challenges." So I will not bore people with Urdu, but I'll just read the translation. He said, "I go laughing and playing with waves of adversity. If life were easy, it would be unbearable." So he didn't mind the adversity. Now, what fun did he have doing nation building? You know, if you reflect, he used to get up early until a few years back and make himself a big cup of tea, because Kiran wouldn't have got up, and settle down and read all the newspapers in Hindi and English from cover to cover, particularly paying attention to anything to do with democracy, elections, campaigns, speeches, election commission, regulations, Supreme Court judgments. He would spend an enormous amount of time keeping up to date on digital media and the TV channels. Keeping up, he was a walking encyclopedia on current affairs in democracy and elections. He used to read every judgment and petition, meticulously underlining everything that was important. And he was again a walking encyclopedia on all the major legal issues and developments in Indian democracy since independence. So he was also writing and speaking regularly on TV. Many of us have seen him. All of you have seen him. And not satisfied with this huge amount of work, he used to get phone calls from journalists every day, at least during certain important periods, and very patiently for hours on end he would explain to the young journalists all the nuances of elections, democracy, and whatever issue they had called him for. This amount of Herculean work for 25 years, you know, it's something that one has to reflect on. So what did he get out of this Herculean labor? You know, you reflect, why did he work for 25 years? What did he get out of this? Because I have never met a person who read everything thoroughly, understood it, digested it, and he always spoke with facts. So you ask, why did he do this? What did he get out of it? So here goes. ADR received many awards. Personally, he never went to receive any of these awards. He always sent others. Others went and received these awards. 3 times, a very famous chairman of IIM Ahmedabad offered him the directorship of IIM Ahmedabad. Kiran knows more about it than I do. And 3 times he refused the crown, like a famous Roman emperor several thousand years ago. And what did he get in return? He was on the marked list of Pegasus. He got a crown of thorns. That was his reward for the work that he got. So this reminds you of, I'm slightly paraphrasing Bhagat Singh's statement. So Jagdeep seems to be he was trying to tell us, with no expectation of reward here or hereafter, I have lived for Indian democracy and for my country. He just proved it by the life that he led. So we thought, we were all watching him and listening to him, so what fun. So we asked him, if you had so much fun, why did you leave? Then he said, you see, I was with Kiran for 50 years, and I think I was becoming a bit of a nuisance for her. You know, going in and out of hospitals, and she also had to sit up at night. And I thought it's better to leave. And as Rajiv has told us, he left along with Kiran and Madhvi and other friends directly to the medical college where his body was donated. So he left on his own terms. He told us in the beginning, I lived life on my terms and I left on my own terms. So he was going to go. So we said, wait. Don't you have a parting message for us? So he came and he put his hands on the chair and he looked at us directly in the eyes, a group of us who were sitting there. And he said, work with the youth, work with the young people. Let them understand that in a democracy, Praja hi Prabhu hai. People, citizens are supreme. If they understand this, let them not wait for the government or some leader to solve the problems. Let them come together and solve it themselves. But not merely out of sentiment and emotion and ideology. Let them study, let them understand what democracy is, and then let them come together and do something. And his advice to us was, why don't you work with the youth and do something? He looked at the few of us who were sitting there from ADR, and he said, I am a little worried, for last 10 years, you guys haven't been able to raise any money. India needs not one ADR, India needs 100 ADRs. And I hope that the people of this country will support you so that ADR continues to thrive. Then he came back to the rest of the group and he said, if the youth can come together, if the youth can work together in a selfless way, owning the country and saying we are the masters, Indian democracy will be strengthened, India will become a great nation. And he said, Jai Hind, and then he left. So just one sentence more I'll add. You see, we meet so many people in life, and people like us who are involved in so-called public life, we meet many interesting people. But I have never met anybody like Jagdeep. I'm sure many of you have not. So it's difficult to summarize such a giant. He was brilliant, he was selfless. He was hardworking and he was very practical. He got things done. He's not just giving gyan. And above all, he was very courageous and very compassionate, and he really cared for his family, his friends, his relatives, for the country. And if we can take forward his legacy, I think wherever he is, he will be happy. So thank you all for coming.